Here are my best RDL tips that should hopefully completely change how the exercise feels. Before we get into it, I had a few people mention that they do tend to feel a lot of their lower back during RDLs. Now, this isn't inherently the end of the world. The lower back muscles are there. They are contributing to the stability of the exercise, but hopefully with a few of these tips, we can help to mitigate that and feel a little bit more in the glutes or the hamstrings. Now, the first tip is going to be about foot pressure. It's really easy as we push the hips backwards to let the weight shift into our heels, and you'll see my toes rising up off the ground. What I want to think about in this exercise is a full foot contact now. Behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and in the heel. We're thinking about 3 points of contact, maintaining an even foot pressure across the board, thinking primarily about the middle of the foot, pressing into the ground as we drive back to hip extension. This should hopefully help to keep your center of mass right over the middle of your foot and not push too much tension forward or backwards. Number 2 is to stop judging your RDL by how low the bar goes. Just because some bloke decided that these plates are the height that everyone should deadlift to, doesn't mean that's how you should deadlift. We all have different arm lengths, leg lengths, and limb lengths, so your RDL is going to look completely different to someone else's. Instead, set your camera up like this, watching from a side view, watching as your hips go backwards. There'll be a point in which the hips are no longer moving backwards and we start moving through the spine. And once you've found that point, try giving yourself a definitive end point by using some floor tiles, some plates, so you know once you tap that position, you've hit your end range. It's so important that we work within our own capacity rather than judging our exercise by how everyone else's looks. Another common mistake we tend to see is an excessive knee bend as we go into that bottom position. This can be really easy remedied by giving you a reference point by using something like a bench or a step. All you need to do is place the back of the calves into the bench as you're going through, and we're pressing the hips behind the bench. Now you'll see if I bend my knees at all, I lose contact with the bench and it gives me a really nice reference point for where my legs need to be. So remember, your RDL doesn't need to look like everybody else's. We're just trying to create a movement that allows you to train what you want to train. And if you want me to go into depth into things like stiff leg deadlifts versus RDLs, then leave a comment or shoot me a message.